Hello, and welcome back to another live stream. How's it going, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Yep, it's Tuesday. It's the one day I always have to check. Hello, good guys. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Welcome. Tuesday. Monday. Badness is over. We're on to the next day. Hope you're doing well. Anything exciting happened between yesterday and today? I don't think there has been. I think it's pretty much the same old. I've been looking forward to getting a new enemy in. We're not doing that just yet. We need to finish the rework of the spawning, but that's the next thing. Potentially. That is potentially the next thing of getting a new enemy in. It's been a while. Also, right before the stream, I was on Reddit on r/Unreal Engine, and someone was like, just proudly said, like, our entire core game logic is built in blueprints, no C++. And I'm like, oh, there's like 55 upvotes. That means people are being positive. They posted like a big blueprint as their video and links to their stuff, and just everyone shitting on them. Dear God, which just proves my point that I've been telling people on stream, just in general. I might show it off in a bit. You had one thing to do, then suddenly you're bombarded with stuff. I mean, is it like easy/fun stuff? If it is, then cool, just knock them out. If it's pain in the ass stuff, then I'm sorry. You know, I guess it all depends. You know, people praising blueprint, you just made your day worse. No, they're not praising the blueprint, but they're making my point by not praising the blueprint. I'll show it off in a moment. The thing that I always say, I guess I'll go into it now. The thing that I always tell people, right, is it doesn't matter how you make it. It doesn't matter if your code is good. It doesn't matter if you have spaghetti. It doesn't matter. None of this matters. The only people that will care about that are other devs. And you're not making a game for devs. You're making a game for gamers, and gamers don't give a shit. Is the game fun? Does it perform? That's it. And I always say those are the only two things that matter. So right before the stream, literally as it was loading up, I was on Reddit, and then I see like, oh, our entire core game logic is built in blueprints, no C++. Looking up progression shops, crafting, NPC behavior, like, cool. They link to their game. And then they show this, which is just called Cursed Blueprint. And you can see there's no organization. There's, tons of, this is a struct of arrays, all setting a single variable, right? All different setting, bunch of, loops, and then another switch, and then a bunch of stuff here. Yeah, and there it keeps going. It keeps going. Right? It just keeps going and going and going. that's all in a switch here. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that I, tell people. This is fine. This is fine and completely fine because no dev is going to be looking at your stuff and just be like, oh, how did they make that? So you're not making it for devs, you're making it for gamers. And their actual game, like, is this, right? I'll mute it even. Like, this is the game. And it's completely fine. And guess what? You can play this. You can play this without actually ever caring about, what it's made with. It doesn't matter. But that logic, people are not going to play Undertale because it's not programmed well, right? Looks fine. Seems like it has, the game mechanic's not for me, like not tailored to me, but that doesn't matter. Seems good to me. Oh, is the music not turned back on? There it is. But the point I'm making is, it doesn't matter. But if you go into the comments, do people not organized? Not today, Satan. That one was funny. Actually, your problem here is not the blueprints, the lack of any attempts to generalize. Are you just people like just shitting on like the blueprint, basically? But in my opinion, the only thing this can do, really, is make people not want to make games. Fishing with programmer, rage bait, unmentionable, like, like, right? And again, I think it's great. I'll give it a thumbs up. I think it's great. I know, judging by this, you should tell I don't really do much on Reddit. But yeah, I just want to share that. Show that, it's okay. As long as you make something, you're proud of that. It doesn't have to look pretty. It just has to be fun and be performant. That's it. But yeah, that's the main one. Today we're going with spawning. As I mentioned, we're working on spawning mechanics because right now our spawning mechanic is in the room manager. And here's the thing. Our room manager has a lot of stuff still here that I just don't use. Item spawning, not being used. Spawn mobs is being used. Not being used. This, not being used. Because the whole total blood and level, not being used. Enter and exiting room, not being used. The patrol routes, stopped using those. Basically, the whole wall system, it's all gone. The only thing that remains here that I care at all about is the spawning of the mobs. And we can do that just on the blueprint that it's referencing. So, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to change it up, and then we can potentially also change up how much XP slash currency you get per mob. We can. I was thinking the way we can control a controller to make sure you always have enough is we can set up, because we'll be setting up manual hotspots where mobs will spawn. We could say, okay, every room will have at least, let's say, 3 locations where mobs, by rooms, right, the levels. Okay, so if I opened up like this one, right, let's say there's 3 spawn locations in this one instead of the mess that it is. So that means in those 3 locations, mobs will always be there, but that means I will know that every room has 3, and I know the number of rooms minimum per dungeon level. So I just need to make sure that those 3 combined times the amount of rooms give the XP that I need. So we can make sure that when a mob spawns, the XP it gives is going to be dependent on how many mobs spawn. So if it's, let's say, every spawn point needs to give 100 XP, if there's 4 mobs, every mob then will get 25 XP to give. If it is, 2 spawns only, then it'll give 50 each. Something like that. So that way we know that if you killed all the mobs in that room, you would get the room's XP amount that you need. So that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Now, is that going to necessarily be the best way? I don't know, but that's the idea. And so that's what we're going to go with. Hello, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Can I turn off you for now? There we go. That way we can actually just see the entire level without being cut off. So that's the idea. Every room will have at least a certain amount of spawn points, and I'm thinking 3. And then the only about it is potentially you only need to clear very few rooms before you get the spawn. Because if a room like if a room like this, let's say, has 3 spawns, or like this, I'd want 3 spawns here, let's say. Realistically, I'd maybe want even 2 spawns here. But that also would mean that this one also has 2 spawns. Right, and realistically in here, I'd want 5 spawns or 4 spawns. So if you got a lot of these rooms, and especially the this one, depending on how small it is, it could theoretically be that you would get all the mobs needed inside 2 or 3 of these rooms that just happen to be next to each other, instead of the entire dungeon. So you go through 3 rooms and that's it. So it's not a ideal scenario, but I don't know another one that can guarantee. Hey Zebra, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Limit testing, multi-dimensional stress test, stressing game limits, and your own. Wait, how am I stressing your limits? How are we stressing your limits? Okay, let's get started with this. So this we need to modify. We get the event spawn mobs. I don't want an event. I guess this should be spawning the temporary version. Well, no, I guess this will spawn the mob spawner. So that's fine. We can keep this. The difference is I probably want to do this on a radius instead of how it is right now. So if that's the case, then I might as well just use the mob spawner here. Let's just duplicate this mob spawner v2. We'll just work with this. So don't break anything right away. Secondhand stress of holy god, there's a lot of stimuli on screen. You'll be okay. I believe in you. I don't know why I do. I mean, that's I'm the fool here believing in you, but I do. Clearly. I had an aggro system that didn't do anything. That's great. Okay. So what we want to do is we can do all this. That's fine. But you'll be fine. You have islands you can shut? That's what you think. For now. Spawn actor and all that is fine. I'm trying to think. Pixels are gonna be burned to your retinas. You may be onto something. There you go. See, now you get it. Okay, this assign room manager we're not gonna need. The whole room manager part we're not gonna need. Okay. So we're gonna get the random mob from the data table. What we should do, I'll tweak the XP later. Let's get this spawning working. So it's gonna get the spawn information. It's fine. It's gonna get the how many we need to spawn, which is fine. But this part, I don't want to do on event begin play. So what I want to do is add a box collision. Probably. So if we make this something like this, and then I make it, the problem is I don't want to also do this either, because realistically that's kind of the, you know, this is where I'd want it. The reason I don't want to do that as this actor is because if I drag it out, then I get the entire box volume with it. What we can do is spawn the box volume on begin play. We can add a component on begin play. Let's do that instead. Add a component by class. Box collision. So we're gonna want to be 100 units in the air, and the scale we'll leave as is. Set no. Set box extent. So we're gonna make it, let's say 4,000, 4,000, 100. So within 4,000 of this box, it should work. We'll get a reference to this also. Box collision. Because then we can go here and then just do set hidden in game and turn that off, not hidden in game. So that way we can see it when we simulate it. So this is at origin now, and I simulate. There we go. That works. What's the box for? So I want to spawn mobs once I am close enough where they matter, really. But so the box will be, so when I get into that area, a mob will spawn. And if I'm outside of that area, then it won't. I would love to do a circle, but I don't want to do verticality. I don't want to add all the verticality in there. Is the only thing. Probably make just a little bit of verticality though, like 300. So, and I might make this like 5,000. Just to be safe. Right. So if I was to go into this area, it would trigger this. Now it's a big area, but I only need to trigger it once. So let's just remove this, but we can do now bind on event component begin overlap. So now we can say, hey, when it becomes overlap, do something. But we want to change the collisions also on this. Set collision enabled. We want to set it to query only. Are spheres smooshable? They are. No, they're not. No, they're not. Well, kind of, because I think you can scale them down. Here, we can just do this. Add sphere collision. No. Yep. It is not smooshable. I scaled just the Z. Scales the entire thing. Yeah, I didn't think so, but it was a good check. Any one of these will make it all just smaller, right? So yeah, if I could have the other option, right, is the capsule. But the problem with the capsule collisions is you can never make them the radius wider than the height. It will only ever, it'll cap at the height. So you can't make a flat, you know, wide thing. So the only one that realistically is doable if I don't want to get like all that height extra is I'll give it 300. Is yeah, this a box collision. So collision response to all channels to be ignore. And then we do a collision response to only it. To channel. Pawn. On. Overlap. Actually, I should put all of this in a function so that way I can get rid of this global function because I don't need it. Let's do a custom event. Oh, no. Create event. Always get those mixed. Create a matching event. On begin overlap. So I'll just take all of you. Add initial box.
Ads are here.
Overlap.
Pausing for ads.
Why that isn't a thing yet? No idea. Yeah, no clue. It's fine. You know, box collision does it just fine. The only thing is, like, right, I need to make because it's from the center, I need to go onto one of the sides of the face versus the corner, right? Because the corner is gonna be considerably further away. So if I'm coming in from a corner, theoretically it would spawn the mob like at further distances. But your graphs are so much spaghetti. Good, you were having clean graphs. It's fine. You can have spaghetti. I was actually going over a Reddit post I saw just before the stream. Someone had like spaghetti code and lots of it in a single blueprint. And as I said earlier in the stream, it's fine. You're not making a game for devs. You're making a game for gamers, and gamers don't care. I don't care how messy it is. They don't care if it's done properly. They just care if it's fun and, you know, performance. That's it. I know that's the only thing I care about. I know it's the only thing a lot of people care about. There's obviously a few exceptions, but the majority, that's like that. Problem arises when you don't know how to read what you wrote. Yeah, but you'll get better at that. That just takes practice and time. Yeah, that's fine. Time will help with that. Replace this all with you so I can get rid of the global variable because I don't need it. Hey Igor, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Cleaning up after blueprint starts to work is the best feeling ever for you. Yeah, I can understand that. I think mostly you're just happy that it works. The cleaning up part, it's like, oh yeah, I can just get rid of all this and all this because it doesn't matter, because you're just happy about it working. It's not the cleaning up that you're happy about, it's the fact that it works. Which I can relate. I can totally understand that. Let's put you in here. But we only do this on get Instigator. Is player controlled. Yeah, that's mostly it. Yeah. Target might have connection. Oh, why did this not? Why can I not select it? Oh, target, not the event. I'm dumb. It's fine. There you go. So, if I probably. I probably also need to get overlapping actors with it, but let's do a. Let's move my player star just into the air real quick. Okay, there's the print string. There's, even mobs, which is great. So, right. So if I enter it, then it's spawning it, but. If I'm on the ground, if I spawn inside of it, then it doesn't. And we need to have it obviously spawn mobs if we start the game inside one of those, because we will. That's definitely gonna be a thing. So what we need to do is get overlapping actors of type BP player. And we check if the length, or I guess, is not empty. So as long as we have something in here, then we want it to trigger this. So we'll do a custom event, spawn mobs. Why do I have multiple spawn mobs? Because I have one in a BP interface, which I don't need anymore. Force spawn mobs. So just do that. What is the spawn mobs one? Hold on. Where's that from? I've spawned mob here. I don't really even need to save that anymore. Okay. So now if we play. Right. Because on begin play, it loads first. It loads before me. So it's not gonna. Right. Okay. What I could do is cast to the game mode. Instead of doing this here, let's do a sequence here. Let's do a sequence. Let's do a get game mode, cast to the game mode, game mode reference. So now we can do bind event 2 on event 2 player spawned, but we only want to do that if the player is not spawned. So get player reference. So if the player reference is not valid, then we'll do this. If it is valid, god damn it, then I need a global variable of this. Fine, I'll make a global variable. It has forced my hand onto a global variable. So be it. Yeah, so we have a global variable now. Box collision. Get overlapping actors. All right, we do the same thing. Be player. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, I'm using to. No, I don't need to check this. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Hey, Code Matt Zor. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we need to check if it's overlapping. So it's not empty. If it is not empty, I'm actually will put this as a custom event. This is going to be initial player overlap. It's here and all here. Initial player overlap. There you go. And the bind here is going to be also, I guess, this. So you know what? I didn't really shorten that much, to be honest here. Okay, so if this triggers, I guess whether or not this is going to trigger doesn't matter, but I want to probably also game mode reference needs to be in there. Unbind player event player spawned. Okay, so we're just gonna unbind it, and then we're gonna do this bridge. Because I don't need to keep it bounded. So then after this, it's gonna do the same thing, which is if it's false, then cool, we don't do anything. Damn it. Why? Why is it still bad? Oh, because Because it's not a dungeon level. Add dungeon. Ah, but then I need to have it actually generate. I need to have it generate because I don't get this call. You know what? Let's go to the game mode. I can make it so it can call the game mode. Because in dungeon, no game. If the dungeon is not ready, then it does it again. That's fine. It should do this no matter what, though. When I do find player start, it should be doing a call player spawned. So then why is it not calling player spawned? Yeah, it totally does. Okay, so does that mean it triggers here? Yes. Oh, you know what it is? It probably needs a delay until next tick one. Probably needs one of these. Because I'm basically checking myself on the tick that I'm spawning, and that probably is causing... Nope. Problem's here. Not here. Oh, wait. I'm an idiot. I put it back on itself. I need to do it for spawn mobs. Good job, May. I was like, oh yeah, now that it's here, do it again. Oh yeah, do it again. Do it again. Oh god damn it, it still doesn't work though. Okay, now do I need to do the delay until next tick? Yay! Delay until next tick. One of the top nodes out there. We can put this as like one of the best nodes in Unreal next to print string, branch, and nodes like that. So many things are just fixed by adding a single tick of delay. Okay. So now we actually have it where if we spawn inside of it, it'll still spawn the mobs. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and move this out here. Ooh, I can't move it that far. Let's move it like out here. Let's move the spawn here. And then set headed in game be false. So we can preview it. Unreal Node tier list video when? Somebody made one, which is why it became a joke. I think Like here where I've mentioned it a few times. Someone made a blueprint tier list. As a video on it. It doesn't have very many nodes here, is the problem. Right? Like, this is not all the blueprint nodes. It does have delay until next tick right there. But like, there's no branch. Sequence node. But there's like an event end play. Sure, but like I feel like there's a set timer by event, other set timer by function. I don't know. Like I don't think there are enough nodes here, so which is why I didn't do it. But I think there is. If I go to here it is. Here's the actual tier list. If you want me, I can make a tier. I can do the tier list on this. On the notes here, but it feels like there's ones missing. Like there's ones I'd want here. Nothing that comes to mind. Bind event to. There's there a bind event to? No, there's not a bind event note to. What is set with notify? Set with notify? I don't know what that set with notify is. I've never seen that before. And it doesn't come up if I search. So I don't know. Select node number 1 for you. The select node is nice. The problem with the select node, and why I wouldn't put it as like at the top, is because it has to load every single input. If you do select by, I don't know, select a select node here, right? And let's make it an integer, whatever. Actually, not an integer. Let's make this a I don't know, some node. It doesn't matter. And you put this in here. You put a reference to this box collision in here, okay? And now it takes box collisions. That's cool. The problem becomes is if one of these, any one of these, if you have like 10 box collisions in here, doesn't matter. If you have any one of these fail and not be valid, the whole thing breaks. It loads all the inputs, even though you're only selecting one through an index or whatever it is. Even though you only care about one, it loads them all. And so if you have something not loaded into one of them, screw you, I guess. Yeah. I use select nodes all the time. And a lot of the times I use them for like selecting animations, characters, you know, things of that nature. And you'll find when you're doing stuff like that at runtime, that sometimes you'll want to select it, let's say base if something load, and you make it you made a bool true or false, or a game, you know, you're checking a gameplay tag to be true or false, right? And then you were like, oh well, use the correct one if this is not loaded. But if the other one's not loaded, it'll throw an error. They're like, oh no, we got an error. This one's not loaded. It's like, I know it's not loaded. It's not supposed to be. Use the other one. Nope. So that's why I would not put the select node at the top. personally. It's good. I use it all the time. But ooh, okay, they're spawning at origin. They're not supposed to spawn origin. Get actual location 300. What? Wait. Why are they spawned there? Why are they like near origin? Why is it saying 038? Oh, no, 03030 is correct, but it should spawn them there. Select node, you stabbed me in the back. You can absolutely still use this select node. Feel free to. It's get actual location of the spawner. It's the spawner. I had a billboard to it, so we can see it easier. But it's right there. Its actual location is correct. It said negative 3800, so it should be there. This is where it spawns it. Oh, I know why. I'm using getting random reachable point and radius, but I have no nav mesh volume in this test world. That's why. So it returns 0 because it has no reachable spot at all. So now if we go here, I don't like that little lag spike. Oh, now it's fine. Okay. Okay. Can I? I want to know the mob's half height. Is there any way for me to know the mob's half height from the class? The default value. I don't think so, right? I mean, I can cast to it, but I don't want to cast to it. No. I wanted to offset it up based on the half height. But I guess it's fine. Okay, so that's working though. We can put this back at origin. What I want to see now is an elite spawn. There's an elite. Okay. game to stop following me. Infinite loop detected. How is there an infinite loop with a delay? This shit again? Delay until next tick. Blueprint interface to ask it. You can't do it from a class. You have to do it from an object reference then. And I have the class reference. Could you put that in the mob's code instead? When spawn, it'll adjust itself. It kind of does it automatically. I want an elite to spawn because I want to. Okay, there's an elite. Oh, but I might not be able to get far enough away. Oh, the delay until next tick is a loop. Okay, Unreal, you're drunk. Okay, you're drunk. That's impossible. You cannot have a delay until next tick. Create a loop. By its own logic, it is... It can't be a loop. Where am I using this destroy particle system? What is triggering it? Because clearly it's triggering me. Okay, let's see. There's delay destroy particle system. Wait, hold on. Then what is this one? It doesn't... This is all delayed destroy particle system. This is this destroy particle... What? But I'm not using it anymore. Hold on. Index all.
Pausing for ads.
Find it. Find where it's being triggered from. And while it's finding it, I'm gonna be right back. Guys, I'm already back. There's not a single place. I don't do this anywhere. Maybe at one point I did, but the only one I use is the delayed one, which is inside of the actor AC abilities. In here, I'm gonna delete the thing. How is it even triggering? There's this one, which destroys a cascade system. This one destroys an actor, a particle system actor. But the fact is that I don't use it anywhere, because otherwise it would have come up in this fine blueprints of somewhere. Just gonna go ahead and kill that. No complaints? Oh, there's all the complaints. What is all this? Oh, that it's complaining about stuff that's it. Yeah. Oh, look, now it's fine. No more blueprint compilators. So for some reason, if you guys have never done index all, by the way, it indexes like everything in your plugins directory and everything of that, like that as well. And then it's like, oh, but you have plugins or something that has errors. And so I'm going to show you those errors. But if you just click play and editor and then quit and replay, then it's like, oh, yeah, we don't care about those. You're right. Okay, let me just get a elite to spawn. Do you want elites, please? Just one elite. Just any one of them, please, an elite. There's an elite. Okay. 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 Unreal is having a stroke or something. The high jump time, I'm not even using like this right now. Am I using, I think I might have removed the entire thing. Oh yeah, it's not even being used anywhere. Let's remove that. Again, how is it making a loop if it's not even being called, Unreal? It's like, what is happening? We'll delete all of that. Okay. I don't want to save you. Save everything except the level. Thank you. Okay. One more. Okay. Now behavior trees. Well, what are you guys complaining about? Oh, now it's fine. It's found other things that I've deleted before that it's. Oh yeah, these things are a thing. Open all error blueprints. Thank you. We're gonna fix that. This is behavior tree stuff that I'm just need to delete. I just haven't gotten around to deleting it. But I should just delete it. Hey, Side Locust, welcome in. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. Okay. Now, I'm gonna just go here into the corner. Hey, look, it didn't throw an error this time. Okay. Let's get the elite. Get me an elite. Please don't give me. There's an elite. Okay. I mean, I'm out of. How could a retriggerable delay? This should not be triggered to begin with. How could a retriggerable delay cause an infinite loop? This is not even being triggered. What the shit is going on? Hold on, there's no elites. I got into the corner fine. No elites. I got into the corner fine. Let's try to get an elite. Elite. Okay, how is an elite causing me this issue? Just okay. All we're doing is unload enemy. Or we stop the logic, we wait a tick, we destroy an actor, we destroy the arrow, and then we destroy itself after another tick. What's the problem? Event destroy's not being called. Pretty sure event destroy's not being called here either. Nope. I planned delay today so much it broke them all. No elite. I'm in the corner fine. Elite, because that's a big boy. Oh, I actually got into the corner. Never mind. Okay, this is the infinite loop again. As a trying to read a real property game mode reference and character, blah 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 blah. Well, that's also an impossibility. How can it have not a game mode reference? Because we're doing the test level. Hold on. That one I might be okay with, but it had an infinite loop. Window world settings. There you go. Okay. Okay, we're fine. We're trying to find elite. Okay, there's an elite. Big boy. Okay. It's the same retrievable delay. So here's the thing. Okay, it's triggering this. So I should be able to then print this, right? This should not trigger. Yeah. Yeah, and nothing happens. Again, not elite. Go find us the elite. Give me one. Give me one. Oh, there's one. One big boy. Okay. What? If it loop detected, print string call stack show. But it didn't do the print string that I wanted. Hold on. Let's not do anything after this. Let's just have this and not have it. I'm just not even gonna have it go all the way past that. Okay? Oh, that was an elite. Ah, that was an elite. I know it's too late. Oh, pff. Okay, I need to be less trigger happy with canceling. I just canceled 2 elites. There it is. Okay, there's an elite. Okay, so I undid that, and now the print string is on infinite loop. Okay. Where is this being triggered from? Okay, where is this being triggered from? On the damage zone. Damage zone should not be triggering this. Okay. BPI combat. Sure. So the only places is here. But I'm not. This is not in the world. I don't have a damage zone in the world. The other ones is the blueprint interface, and then the one that is actually the event that's doing the damage. How? Just how? Go to the blueprint interface. This is now detached, okay? It is now detached entirely. If it complains about this again, I would flip a table, but my table's a little bit expensive, so I can't, but I want to. Yeah, you were joking about it, but Unreal was like, nah, that's a great joke. Let's go with it. Okay, there's an elite. Infinite loop on. Guess what? Retriggerable delay. Refresh nodes. Chat's embedding Unreal with bugs. Yeah, can you guys stop, please? Like, how? I don't understand how. No? I guess it's your right. You know, I'll have to live with that. There's an elite. Why is it only a problem when it's an elite? What possible reason could it have as an excuse when it only happens to an elite? Check this. We check if it has the tag. And then we spawn it with whether or not it has a tag. Okay. I'm going to not do this. Okay, just for shits and giggles. This should have nothing to do with the problem. But at this point, I might as well try out insane things, so there's an elite. Can I flip a table? Does anyone have a table to flip? What possible reason? Okay, no, we're gonna keep this, and we're gonna turn on elite here, okay? We're gonna turn the elite on, okay? Elite is now just on by default. No, that's fine. They're all elites. And if I do this again... Yeah, there's an elite. Okay, just do one of these instead. We'll do the message version. Okay, let's do the message version. Confirm that, you know, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine with non-elites. Yeah, this is all fine. Fine elite. Okay, there's an elite. And Real said any number of elite enemies is too many. It's not even the whether or not I can have them be elites. I can just check that on and it's fine. It just doesn't like me checking for a gameplay tag in here. Get gameplay tags. Get or has tag. Elite. Okay, we'll do it this way. Needs one of them to work. Hey, Danik, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. What does it show when you click on show call stack in the error message log? I'll find out if it happens again. There's an elite. Where is this? Is that a show? No. What is show call stack? Oh, show? Served called in character base on movement mode changed, but that has nothing to do with this. And then this tells me nothing. What? Yeah, here it's detached. On movement mode change is not even plugged into anything. Here, I'll delete it. Shits and giggles. It's just... it just doesn't make any sense to me. Execute Uber graph is the retriggerable delay in the event graph. Can you show it? Yeah, I'll show you in a second. Give me an elite. Come on, just give me one elite. Look, the spawning, it has a 5% chance of spawning an elite. There it is. Okay, there's an elite. Yeah, so that had nothing to do with it. I thought so. I'm gonna put that back just so I have it in case I need to put it back. It's this one. Where is it? Oh, now it's a different one. Now it's complaining about a cast. So now I found a new one to complain about. It's just complaining about whatever the hell it can. Now it's complaining about an animation blueprint cast. Unreal. What am I supposed to do with this? How am I supposed to fix this? Does it have the same call stack on show? How do I get the error log back? I closed it. How do I get it back? Output log? No, that's different. Message log. Show. No, because now it's the animation blueprint on initialize. No. Now it's just complaining about animation blueprint cast, saying that's an infinite loop. Here's the weirdest thing. Okay? If I just don't have a check here, whether this is true or false doesn't matter. And now if we make it an elite, come on, get me an elite. I want an elite. There's an elite. Okay, so there's an elite now. Oh, now it's also a problem. Oh, it's back to this one. It's back to complaining about this one. Never mind. At one point, it was complaining about this fixed it for a moment, but I guess not anymore. I don't understand. You know what we can do? You know what we can do? We can restart Unreal. Unreal is just not having a good time. Maybe it just needs a little restart. This event is triggered once you reach a certain distance to your enemies, or when does the spawn actor node get triggered? Yeah, once I'm like further away than a certain distance, it gets triggered. But that spawn actor node is not the problem. Basically, what's happening is it's spawning an actor in the world, like a temporary dummy, and then on the actor, it just stops the logic, and on next tick, it destroys the actor. That's all it is. It's nothing like super common. It just spawns an actor that's like a dummy actor. So I don't have to do any of the AI. It doesn't have any of the logic of the AI or anything like that, right? And then
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
hold on, I might have an idea why this is happening. Maybe. Well, this is a circle. No, I don't have any idea. I thought maybe like the distances were one's a square, one's a circle, and so in the corners it has a problem, but no, they're both of them are circles. Radius of 4,000 in this one. Here I'm checking if it's greater than 5,000. So it wouldn't re-trigger itself because it's 5,000. You have 1,000 distance of leeway, basically. Oops, not you. You. Wait for the ads to finish. And then we see. Oh, look, there's an elite. Unreal? I could throw you off a cliff. There's another elite. I was fine once. A retriggerable delay cannot cause an infinite loop. I'm just gonna say it now. Because if you re-trigger it, it just re-triggers. That's what a retriggerable delay is. This is not even being triggered, by the way. It's not even running this. We checked. In fact, I can make this a print string, and then it will tell me that the print string is a problem. Here, let's make the elite again. There's an elite. Print string, infinite loop dissected. Again, it complains about on movement mode change, which is not even plugged into anything. And then it's complaining about print string. Did I try making add breakpoints? No. Here, I'm gonna here, I'll remove this. Tell me we don't need this anymore because this whole push aside thing. I'm gonna remove it. I was just keeping it as a backup. That's why it was red. But now it's gonna complain about something else. There's an elite. Yeah, so now it's complaining about the animation blueprint. About it being there. Give me a different elite. Give me a different elite. Okay, there's a different elite. Yep, and now it's just gonna complain about any animation blueprint cast. It's just an animation blueprint. It can't trigger multiple times. Pain. We had a breakpoint to the print string node that you added. You can see if it actually gets called. Okay, I'll add it to here. F9, right? F9. I'll add it to you, and I'll add it to you. So if we get either one of these as elites, then okay. So I got the breakpoint, but now what do I do with it? I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for. I don't use breakpoints. So I'm spawning the right thing. Keep the breakpoint and continue. Play okay. I mean, I don't want to go through every single node. I mean, that's where we are. Now it's just going through check hashtag. Oh, you want to play. Okay. But what was I supposed to check, though? All right, okay. Okay, so it stopped there again. Where is it? Which is weird because it shouldn't be triggering this. I don't know why it is. Now continue a few frames. Continue next execution. Press the play button a few times. Why am I getting... How... Okay, well, I don't know how this is happening. Well, there's the loop, I guess. But how is that possible? I don't call... Tools, debug, blueprint debugger. Now you have to get it again. Okay. Oh, it said, oh, there it is. What? What did you see? You can see the call stack. Event on init, but it's only happening here once. How do you know what repeats infinitely? Because I see only event on it once. I don't see it happening multiple times. I don't know how to use this, by the way, so you have to guide me through it. Because after that, you stopped? Okay, so I need to trigger it again, basically. Yeah, it's fine. Again, it's fine when it's not. Okay, never mind. Oh yeah, because I came close because they're not elites, yeah. It's only a problem when they're elites, and that doesn't make sense to me. That's the part that confuses the hell out of me. It's fine if they don't have basically a gameplay tag. Okay, there's the elite. Oh, but it can't be this elite. It has to be the elite that makes my screen also dark. Okay. Play. Make my screen dark. I should just go and make 100% of them elites. Where's the hold on. Mob elite chance 1. And now I just need it to be the black screen. This is the right mob. Okay. Okay. So here, if I had play, I'm fine. ABP Shark event graph? Well, I mean, at this point, the thing is, I have any play, but it's not adding anything else. I do not understand. So yeah, I don't understand how, what this is, what I'm supposed to see here. Hey Jess, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Better than me for sure. Is the same thing over and over again? Can you full screen the blueprint debugger? Yeah. Oh, wait, what? There was no scroll here, so I thought that was it. Because you can't scroll this. There's more? Why can't you scroll this if there's more? So this is the thing it's complaining about. But it's only happening there. Let me try something out of curiosity. Oh! I just figured out the problem. I think I just figured out the problem. I just figured out the problem. Not because of the debugger, mind you. I should point that out. But I just figured out the problem. Hold on, hold on. Where's the damn dummy actor? No, not you. Not you. That's not actually what I wanted. I wanted this. This is the problem. This right here is the, no, it wasn't the cast. It wasn't any of that. It was this transform. It was this transform. Because it's scaling the overlap by double because as the character's double, and so he's at the same time inside and outside, and yes, so it'll trigger multiple times infinitely. Because the damn scale on this dummy actor is not world scale. Basically, it's, you know, the sphere in this needs to be world, I believe. And then it should not scale the actor scale. God. By the way, Dedek, thank you for the help. And also the fact that you were able to figure that out, because right after I realized it, how the distance check spawns, yeah. You're just as frustrated instantly, yeah. I mean, I couldn't even understand what I was looking at. The fact that you figured it out, I mean, bravo. Let's find out if this works now. They're now all elites. Hey, look, it works. No problems. Yes, Eeyore, I agree. But the question is, why was it complaining about things that didn't matter? It threw me on a wild goose chase on nodes that weren't even triggering. God damn it. Oh. But it works now. Right, these are all elites. Come back here. Right, it gets unloaded, reloaded. It's fine. Was that guy thing rotated the wrong way? Deal with that later. Okay. Let's make the actual enemy go back to a 5% chance of elite. I always say it's the smallest, stupidest things that are the biggest headaches. Case in point. The fact that the sphere radius was scaling with the actor was the entire problem. Okay, well. Damn it. You can only make assumptions of why the call cycle was inconsistent, but still, assumptions or not, you were right in the guess. You were right in the direction. I think it has to do with the absolute amount of no's that was being called. Love the musical, thank you. I mean, but the thing is, like, right, it was complaining about things that weren't triggering at all. That's the part that was confusing as hell for me. Because if we go back to the character base where it was complaining, right, it was complaining about this retriggerable delay. But the only place where this triggers, if I do just find reference by name, like all, is through a specific blueprint that's not even in this world. So that's the thing that was like, that's the thing that threw me off on a complete loop somewhere else. Is here, if I show you this, right, it's the blueprint that's the damage zone, which is why it says floor dot damage timer. It's the blueprint that causes this, the function itself up here, and the blueprint interface that I'm using for it. That's it. And yet it was complaining about it, which was throwing me off so much. And when you removed one node to check the tag, you were just getting a different call stack in the infinite loop. But why was the infinite loop even doing this? That's the part that confuses me. I understand the loop now, right? The loop now makes sense. We fixed it, thankfully. But why does it put something in the loop stack that is not triggered in any way? That's, to me, as a non-coder, is confusing. But yay. Oh, you're fine. I don't expect. It's kind of a rhetorical question where I don't expect anyone to actually give me an answer. If someone did, that would be like amazing. But the breakpoint in later on, when we were actually doing the breakpoints, it triggered properly. That one made sense because it would load the character and unload it, and unload you load the AI controller, not AI controller, the animation blueprint. So that breakpoint stuff made sense afterwards. Anyway, we were making a spawner. So this works. So there's the elite. I just want to check that elite's going to be still an elite once we leave now and come back. Yeah, there's the elite. Cool. Yay, it all works. So now we have the initial spawn, right? Mobs just spawn at a distance from the player. If the player goes too far, and I eject, the mobs basically get unloaded, and they get replaced with dummy actors, which effectively have almost nothing in them except a sphere collision that checks for and begin overlap, and just a single like object tracker that just shows a dot on the minimap. And then when I come back, it puts everything back. So now if I run away again and I unload them, okay, they're not unloaded. Some of them got unloaded. 3 of them are still loaded, but some of them got unloaded. I come back. Why do you guys? Okay, I need to rotate the health bar. Why does the health bar do that? Hold on. What? Isn't it absolute rotation? It's not the debuff widget. This is absolute rotation. It's on character stats, right? No. Wait, is it? Over the head. Where am I doing this? Here. Oh, it's the health bar here. Okay. Components, health. Oh, there it is. I set it here. Set the widget, set the draw site. I tell it to be absolute rotation. Okay, so what we can do is set the rotation afterwards as well. Set relative rotation. I'm just gonna reset it. If for some reason it didn't odd. Because I can't tell it to be absolute rotation here. So the only thing I can do is do it later, but then it should have then kept this rotation. Let's see if we can get it to let's get some. I want one with more mobs. Oh, wait, the rotation's wrong. Oh, I copied the relative transform. Whoops. I'm smart, guys. Look, anyone can make a game, okay? This is proof that anyone can make a game. Get one unloaded. I'll unload the others. Okay. You're fine. Okay, you're all fine. Good. Okay, health bar issue fixed. These guys are fast. Oh my god. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Where'd he go? Why are they falling through the ground? What are the collisions on this thing? Block all dynamic. I think that's why. If I decided to block all, I think it'll be fine. I don't think this. I don't have a problem with this. Yeah, there we go. There's the body on the ground. It's been a day. It's okay. So that means we can get rid of all the room managers and just have these now in the world where we spawn things, and then it'll replace all of our spawners. The only thing, there's only a couple of things that I would love. I would love dummy, and we could close this. We don't need these guys anymore. Is not you.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Room manager, we can keep that. I wish I can get the capsule half height from here. From the class. I want to get the class's capsule component and get its half height. Oh, we can check just real quick. We can check if AI knows a way. In Unreal Engine 5, using a class variable or using a character class variable, I get the component half height without casting to character. I just want the class default. And blueprints only. Use get class default object. Oh, hold on. There's a way. There's a way. Oh my god, there's a way, and we're gonna do it. Grok. So I found Grok to be significantly better for Unreal by like a large margin. So if you want, like, especially with blueprints, Grok has actually been real good. I think it's more so because it does a better search than ChatGPT, and because it does a better search by default, and the only way you're gonna get this information is By searching, it's not gonna have info on it natively. It does a better job. So I use Grok for this. Get class defaults. Okay, we just want to well, hold on. Oh, wait, how do I get it from here? Because it doesn't have a capsule component. This is the... Is it not? Did I get the wrong one? Use get class default object. Get class no, that's the only one. ChatGPT, it makes up 70% of the stuff about blueprints. Yeah, Grok does a much better job. It has not. It will sometimes it will give you like use the plural version of a node that's only singular, but then you just tell it that no, that's not actually a thing, or I can't find it, and then it will do a good job that if it actually exists, it will tell you where or try to explain where. And if it doesn't exist, you're like, oh, you're right. Sorry. Here's the without this, here's how you do it, kind of scenario. So it's been good about that. Get can I do anything else besides get class defaults? Because that doesn't get me what I wanted. Oh, get actor of class. That's something. Get capsule. Oh, there you go. Okay, well, Grok didn't help, but you know, found it. Get scaled half height. I guess it doesn't matter, but whether it's scaled or not, it's going to be just whatever it is. Yes, it's just going to be whatever it is. And then this needs to split you. There we go. That works. So get actor of class. Which, now that I think about it, is what I use, I'm pretty sure, in editor utility widgets. Looks fine to me. Yes, leave me alone. Leave me alone. It's all working. Good. Okay. Access none. Spawn actor. God, okay, no, it doesn't work. This doesn't work? Why doesn't this work? Why doesn't this work? It takes an actor class. It should work. Access not trying to read valuable return value that's not U class. Spawn actor. Yeah, it doesn't like. I guess no, we can't use this node. That would be nice. I can store it. I mean, I can store it as a variable, and I can get access to it as a variable here on begin play. Well, no, I wouldn't be able to store it as a variable on begin play because this is not a begin play thing. This has to be like default values. Damn it. Okay, here's what we can do. Here's what we can do. First, because our problem is with elites. When we make an elite, we don't move them up. So what we can do is set actor location. Get actor location. Get capsule half height. We should do this. That'll move them up accordingly when they become an elite. Problem solved. Bob's your uncle. And they'll just fall on this version, so it's fine. Because I just don't want to have mobs stuck in the ground. Why is there only one of you? Oh, I know why they're like this. I never put a nav volume in here. That's why they only jump. The nav volume was before we restarted, and I remade this map. They get the elite error fix? Yes, I did. It was stupid, but yes, it's fixed. So now everything is pretty much fixed. I don't need this anymore. Put that through. Do I don't think I need spawn mob. Anything else I can delete from here? No. Okay. So I think now we can go through. The only thing left that I kind of need to figure out is I am generating a random dungeon of random amount of rooms, and I'm spawning a random amount of mobs in said rooms. How do I calculate it that you're always going to have enough mobs or enough XP to get from mobs to get to the next level as a minimum? The amount of mobs that spawn and the amount of rooms there are is random. One room can have 2 packs of mobs, another room can have 8 packs of mobs because it's like a 2x2 room. So making it so it's like we assume by lowest denominator would make it so theoretically you could go through like 2-3 big rooms, just get RNG'd into them, and then you don't need to go through the rest of 10-20 rooms because you got enough in those 2 rooms. That's the one thing I've yet to kind of figure out a good solution for. I need to know if I knew how many spawners there were. This is not a grok one. The reason it's not a grok one is because I'm using Dungeon Architect to spawn the world, right? Right, so this is a room. You see this one right next to me here is a big room. So so I'd have more spawn spaces in here, right? And then this one is small. But this is an intersection, so maybe I'll have like 2 or 3 in this. I mean, 2 maybe in this pack, but I'd want like maybe like 4 or 5 in this big room. So if I assume by the other one, right, it becomes right. I'd want to. Let me see one thing. Let's go to where my dungeon is generated. Let's go to where my dungeon is generated. Dungeon generation. From the dungeon, what can I get? Dungeon. Get themes, get dungeon bounds, get dungeon canvas, scene route, class, no. World location stuff, do not care about. Components, no. Relative, all the transformation stuff I don't care about. Don't care about the replication. Should probably go top down so you can close these. It's not gonna be under common. Won't be here. It won't be collision. Activation. Activate, deactivated, no. It wouldn't be a tick thing. I just want to see if there's anything just kind of like that exposed that I can just grab. Actor belongs to dungeon. No. Build dungeon. Get all actors of class. Let's find out if this prints me anything good. What I want to know is mob spawn locations. Build dungeon. So I'd want to do this on dungeon complete. So here. Print the length of this. For 20 seconds. This reminds me of a Japanese anime slash movie. In a good way? See, it says 12. But the problem is that's not 12 total. That's not in the entire level. That was just what was like within the range, probably. Because if I did just get actors of class, get all actors of class, spawn locations, this is probably gonna give me a similar number. Yeah, 27. Yeah. So I don't know what the difference is on this one. Why there's a dungeon architect version of this. Dungeon. But that's not gonna work. Okay. What else do we have? No. There's a movie where the character wakes up in a room with a sphere and they have to battle monsters. You can't remember the name? Very popular Japanese flick. Are you thinking of Pokemon? You wake up in a room with your mom and she gives you a sphere with a Pokemon, and then you battle monsters with said sphere and Pokemon. Get all dungeon spawn actors. What does this return me? For each loot. This might be a terrible thing to do right now. But I just want to know. I just save everything. This might be a bad idea. Street ends. Oh, hold on. Well, it loaded this, but that's not quite. No, but it's gonna only give me the ones loaded. It's not gonna give me the ones for the entire map because it doesn't load the entire map. Do people die and play a Monster Hunter to revive? I assume you meant. You got it right. That's that. I've not heard of this, or at least I don't know. But maybe I've heard of it, but I've not seen it. One sec. Dungeons. I'm just asking in the Dungeon Architect Discord. We'll see if we get anything, but probably not. Unfortunately, the developer of it is not super active in it. Can't recall the name. Anime, film, Netflix. Well, that's why I don't know it, probably, because I don't even have Netflix. So I guess that makes sense. Is there any way for us to get all the items in a level instance? There isn't, right? Good CGI? You watch it twice? Oh, so it wasn't like a 2D animation? I will say, still to this day, I'm not like huge on 3D anime. Or like anime in 3D parts. You can still tell it's 3D. It doesn't look quite right. Like in any scene that's ever had it. There's some place it's fine. I think it's fine for environments. Like I think for some environments, I think it works great. I think what throws it off is the animation. As soon as you start animating it, it feels off. Because I think for when you do 2D animations, you do a lot of exaggerations and things like aren't naturally like moving. And also, I mean, there are some that do it relatively well, but you can still tell. And it also might be the lighting and shading that also does it. But I have not seen Arcane, so I can't speak on that one. But the parts of Arcane that I've seen, like they don't look like that doesn't look like, you know, the classic anime. Like for example, why are all these pictures small? Like this. What I'm talking about is this look. Right? Well, you have very little in terms of actual like information here. There's like some shadows in specific areas. Right? But this is more like, I can tell that's 3D. Right? It looks good. But it's a very obvious 3D. So when they try to do this in anime, but in 3D, I think it doesn't quite work. Also, Steins Gate, fantastic anime. Gone Zero that's the movie. I've definitely not heard of it. You're still not sure if you like the story of Arcane, but art there is really good. I know you don't think it's anime, it's very different for sure. Yeah. It's animated. For sure. I think one of the few ones that did it relatively well is the new Trigun. It did it relatively well. But still, right, you can tell it's 3D. And there's something about it that it's just no one has been able to get that 2D and look up in 3D perfectly, right? You can always tell. Like the new Trigun was really good. I enjoyed it. But like if we look at here, right? And I think what the main thing is that differentiates these is that the shadows on him are not realistic, but the shadows of him are. And I think that's what does it. Right? Because you're realistically not going to get a shadow like this here. And you're not going to get just the shadows from just these two and nothing else. Right? Same thing with the bridge of the nose and like this here, right? You're not going to get these kind of shadows if you're lighting it actually in 3D. And I think that's the charm of the 2D. So there's a better picture of him. Because this one doesn't do him justice. But yeah, you see what I mean. Like it looks correct, but it doesn't look 2D. Something about it does not scream 2D. And I'm not saying that means it's bad. It's just personally, I much prefer actual 2D. I get kind of thrown out when it's 3D. Like even like I think Steingates is all 2D because I think back Solo Leveling has a few 3D scenes, and it definitely like they jump out. The animation just I don't know how we got into this topic, by the way. Does a live action movie have guns too?
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Yeah, there's definitely a charm in both. Yeah, and I'm sure there's some people that probably really prefer the 3D one. There's shaded 3D and there's 3D with drawn textures, and the second kind can be very good, but it's very time consuming. Yeah. If people take the time to draw over 3D, I mean that's a workflow just a lot of people use. Completely fine. I think it's the look. If you can get the look down, even I don't know if any of you guys watch Critical Role or watch their anime. That's on Amazon Prime. Why is the name of the anime Vox Machina? Like, has amazing scenes that are 2D, but as soon as it goes to 3D, you can tell. And I think the fact that you can tell is still the problem, right? These guys. Good anime. Oh, I mean, call it an anime. It's a cartoon. Let's be honest here. It's a cartoon. Good cartoon in the style of anime. Anyway. Let's go through our... let's put our spawn locations in everywhere for now. I want to go here. So that's kind of the that's my little I don't know how we got to this conversation, by the way. I have no idea how we got to this conversation, but I guess there we were. Let's have them on the crosswalk. Let's have one them like here on the rail, and another on the crosswalk here. Like 3 groups here. We need to expand our minds. I agree. I wish I wasn't as stupid. I agree. One day. Is the no. The crosswalks are not PCG generated now. Are there, wait, where are the are there no crosswalks in this level? Did I forget to put crosswalks in? Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot to put crosswalks in here. I'm sorry, I'm ashamed. Really? God, past me sucks. They were there a second ago? Oh, did I delete them by accident? No. What the hell? Hey Sergio, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. What happened to the... No, they're not spawned with BCG. This should be spawned with BCG, but I was being lazy and I didn't spawn them with BCG. So, because this is all temporary anyway, so I said screw it. Basically. I don't know where they went. I'm just putting them back in. Chat is ended embedding Unreal with bugs. I'm sorry, it's fine. Today has been an interesting day with Unreal bugs. That's for sure. I'm just gonna do. Today has been a day. We're good here. Okay, let's do the ones in this direction and then just... Yeah, all of the environments, everything is all temporary, which is why I haven't, you know, set up like a permanent thing. Are you guys sure there were, these were here before? I feel like they weren't. That doesn't matter. Okay, well, they're there now. Hey! All the spawns work. Look at you the recording on the stream, baby. Yeah, you can rewind on YouTube. It's great. Yeah, here they are, you know. Definitely know they're here. We'll have one here. And maybe like a pack in each corner. Shop room doesn't need one. It's temporary shop room anyway. Well, server room doesn't need one either. Here, we'll definitely have one in the middle. Well, if we have one in the middle, it makes it hard to put other ones. So let's put one like maybe around here. One crossing the stairs here. I think this one just have two. And this was going to have quite a bit. One's crossing the street here. Near here. We have ones coming in from the inside. This might be too many mobs, by the way. They're crossing in the crosswalk here. They're in the shop. A few of them in the shop. And maybe leaning towards this side. And then we can put them here as well. On the crosswalk. Okay. The only thing left to do on these rooms is to remove the room manager in general, which I forgot to delete. Because now that doesn't need to do any kind of logic on any of these. And also, I'll be able to remove the stupid cone on my head, which you'll see in just a moment, that I was using for temporarily. Okay, got all of those. So now I go to characters, player, load up my player. No worries, yes. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your night. You said the crosswalks on a separate small level. Sorry, misleading. All good. It's like I was like pretty sure I didn't delete them because I reloaded it, but that's all good. It's better to check. It's definitely better to check. If I go to my viewport, where's my blood splash? No debuff widget. Let me just turn this on for visibility. So this is what I was using before. When I had a different kind of setup where I had like very deep, I could see like very far down. I might still have it, but I think there's no reason to spawn the mobs all the way down there anyway. That can go away. Which means this can go away. Look, we got deleted quite a few things here, which is good. That did not need to exist anymore. I'll clean this up a bit again. Block does not need to exist. Let's just get rid of block. I think at this point, oh, can block. Yeah, we can get rid of the can block. Hold on, execute block. Is there anything here I'd want to keep? I'll keep it for now. Force block is not a thing anymore? Oh, this is event tick block. Oh, this is delayed block. Okay, yeah, this whole thing can go away. This, oh, this is also the jump. Oh yeah, this whole section can go away. That was what's the thing called? Ah, crap. The thing where if you jump a little too late, but you're still fine. There's a name for it, and I just blinked on it because it's later. It's too late. A little cone in your head, okay? That makes perfect sense. Yeah, what I was using that cone for was I wanted from the camera view. I basically want a frustrum. I want a frustrum call basically, and so I just had a cone attached to the camera to do on begin overlap over the cone, which you could just, because you can do a begin overlap over any geo shape, and it'll just use the collisions of that shape effectively. So if you wanted to have a cone like on begin overlap or something like that, you just use the shape and then set it up that way. So the only thing here is still the look of the player is still odd here, and that's because on the player, if I go to the viewport, you don't see it here, but I have these. Oh, but you don't see them. If I turn them on visible, and then hit play, this arrow's attached to me. And normally it's invisible, and so that's why in my actual icon here it looks so weird for my flare. It's invisible. I don't know why it has it. Can I actually change the picture for it? Is it possible for me to update it? Like I'd want it to take this picture, like this. This is what I'd want. But no such luck. Anyway, let's quickly test out the game now. Yeah, it really wanted me to see that error in preview. That's fine. Okay, look at that. So all the mobs are loaded within the range, and you can see as I go further, I can see more load in. The range might be a little too big. We might need to play around with that. But that worked fine. Now, in terms of how many mobs there are, we'll find out, I guess. I guess if you go slow and you do the packs, but take like a pack or two at a time, you have no problems. Yeah. Now there's one other thing I want to see, and that is if I come... Okay, so this is something I need to figure out. So these guys are now trying to get to me. But they because they saw me effectively through a wall. I don't yet have a good solution for mobs like seeing me through a wall. What I probably need to do is when I do the check for chasing the player, see, I can't just do a trace either. I was gonna say, like, I can just trace the player and see if I get a hit. But the problem is, if I'm fighting someone and I just happen to go behind a pillar, then they'll forget me immediately. Well, I guess if that's the entry, no. If they're already chasing me, they'll continue to chase me. Maybe that's what we'll do. I'll add a player visibility check, basically, to make sure that the player it has to see the player, and if it can't, and we can track trace only against static objects, and obviously the player. And so if it hits, obviously we need to do a multi then. Or no, we could do a single trace to static objects only, and then just compare the distance of that trace to the distance to the player. And if the distances match, or they're within like just a small number, then like within like, you know, 50 or something, or 100, then cool, go after them. That might be the way to do it, because that way we don't have to do multi. Because if I did trace, like for pawn, I'd also have to ignore all the enemies, which is going to be a lot more traces. I can do it, but yeah, I think that's what we do next. We set up a little logic for them not to trace through walls for me. Yeah. And then we do a new mob. So normally here I would just do search for character before fab, but you can't do that anymore. Characters creatures doesn't get me all my characters creatures because fuck fab. Oh, there's a separate character. There's 2 character creatures. Thanks. But neither one has the packs that I want. Where's the monsters? Where's the monster? These guys. Yeah. I'm gonna take one of these guys. And I'll take a look at their animations. I kind of want to put a slime in, because I feel like every game should have a slime enemy to a degree. But we'll see their attacks. The chest is really silly. It's cool. But the main thing is they have animations. So we'll check out the animations. As long as it has all the animations I need, then we're good. And then we'll pixelate them and then bring everything in as a directional setups. This guy can go into a shell, which is kind of a cool mechanic. You know, he could be, you know, he could have thorns. It might be hard to see. It might be hard to see the spikes though once pixelated. So we'll see. Anyway, that's for tomorrow. You still use Quixel? It's just implemented way better. Do you mean like Quixel Bridge? Because the one in Unreal is you can't use. Actually, wait, hold on. Hold on. I heard that you in Unreal hold on. I heard that in Unreal 5.6 you can actually use Quixel Bridge again. Hold on. Before we call it a night, I need to log into it. And I think in 5.6 they returned it. Send me the code. Yes, continue. Are we back to having stuff? Can we download from here now? Oh my god. Quixel Bridge is back. It always worked for you? Whenever I went to it, it always told me, oh yeah, go to Fab. And I heard in 5.6 they brought it back. Because in 5.5, which is what I have at work, it's like, oh yeah, go on Fab. And when you try to do anything, it's like, no, go on Fab. Yes. Yes. Screw you, Fab. Well, Igor, you've been lucky. I checked 5.5s just recently at work. It's like, we have moved to Fab. I'll double check. Hopefully I can do it there too. Because pain is Fab. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll be back tomorrow at 6:30 as always for some more game dev shenanigans and probably painful things as I break things and bugs that don't make sense. Have a good night, guys. Bye bye.